Nintendo, no! The Nintendo eShop had been a major part of Nintendo's history, and, well, take a look here. Wrong one. This is the Nintendo 3DS from the year 2011.
This little shit stole my dignity again.
And it is incredible.
But we could have had something like Grand Theft Auto or even 3D Dot Game Heroes, and you know what we got instead from a third-party developer?
The Nintendo eShop was first launched in June of 2011 for the Nintendo 3DS handheld system. It allowed users to purchase and download games, demos, and applications directly to their device. It was very simple. It was basically the iOS App Store or Google Play, but for the Nintendo system since 2011. And it was a major improvement over the Wii Shop and DSi Shop. One of the key factors that improved on was the currency it used. It used a more traditional currency of your location rather than the point system being used on the Wii and DSi Shop, which is way simpler. During the beginning, a promotional offer was that anyone who made a DSiWare purchase from the DSi can upgrade to have it on the 3DS, with some exceptions, of course. The Nintendo Wii U eShop released in 2012, and it was pretty much the same experience as the Wii one. The Wii shopping mall vibes with the music, the 3DS, and the Wii U had it good.
So may I remind you, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and Call of Duty Ghost was released on Wii U. Now, I have not tested Call of Duty Ghost a whole lot, but Black Ops 2 was the worst performing game out of any of the releases that this game was on PS3, Xbox 360, and PC. And this was the most powerful one compared to PS3 and Xbox 360. That's because, guess what? They didn't care.
Now, the Wii U did not have the ability to get any digital WiiWare games accessible similar how the DSi and the 3DS done it. They had the Wii portion of the Wii U, so it was fine enough. This was the first time that Nintendo got everything right, and they decided to fuck it up on March 2023.
So the Nintendo eShop was pretty much best when it was on the 3DS and Wii U. And I gotta say, it was pretty good when the 3DS and Wii U was at their prime. It was the best it could ever be. Even though the Wii U didn't have a prime. You could have been so much more.
The Nintendo 3DS and Wii U had free online play. Shit, that wasn't today's topic. The first time you can download full retail releases. The first time you get told you don't have enough storage because Breath of the Wild was too big, so you have to get an external hard drive. And then 50 games later, this is my Wii U, and this is my Nintendo 3DS. Some of the games on here were not able to be purchased, for example, Call of Duty. That's it. For some reason, only a small selection of retail games were not accessible on the Nintendo Wii U and 3DS eShop, but I have my ways, though.
I hear you want Call of Duty. Well, we have Mario instead. We want you to forget about that one. And we have Mario.
Pretty much anything you'll be able to play on the Wii U and 3DS, you can pretty much find here. Just type in something and you probably find it. Now, personally, I've never really gotten anything digital. Well, you know, that's a lie. I was pretty much brought up around the start of digital gaming, where the PS3 and Xbox 360 reigned supreme, and the Wii told them to f*** off. It's a runaway success. My parents were kind of against the idea of having an all-digital library for a single system. It wasn't until about a year after the Wii U were launched that I got mine. It was the Mario and Luigi Deluxe set, and it also came with dog water. Oh, and also more dog water.
It's a little dry.
Yeah, I never gotten into Nintendo Land, and I beat New Super Mario Bros. U in only 4 hours and had nothing else to do. Yeah, I did get digital games every once in a while, but you know what I really went to the eShop for? Yeah, the eShop might have been off limits to new releases with the exception of a digital-only game every once in a while, but the Virtual Console is where it was at. For the 3DS, the first Virtual Console games I gotten was Super Mario Bros., Mario Bros. 3, Tetris for the Game Boy, and Mario Golf for the Game Boy Color. And I have no clue if there's any others. I've kinda expanded a bit. The Virtual Console story gets more complicated the newer you go for the system. Nintendo gave away 10 NES and 10 Game Boy Advance games away to people who bought the game before the price cut, as a way to say sorry for buying the 3DS too early. They called this the Ambassador Program, and you got promotional videos saying, yep, you didn't care to give Nintendo more money than you thought of.
Oh, I have ways.
I don't know if this was a slap in the face to ambassadors or not, but the NES games eventually made their way onto the eShop, and Nintendo keeps going, We don't think the 3DS can run Game Boy Advance games down our throat. Nintendo, it's a fucking Game Boy Advance game. You already released 10 for the early adopters, and it's also based on the same architecture that the Game Boy Advance is, so it runs natively. They cared about Game Boy Color so much, though, that they were still releasing Virtual Console titles on the 3DS even way after the Nintendo Switch launched. I'm looking at you, Pokemon Crystal. And then the Super Nintendo got some treatment on the new 3DS models, the Game Gear had some releases, TurboGrafx 16 and some love in Japan, and that was a bit for Virtual Console on 3DS. Are you ready to hear about my Wii U story?
Yeah, the one console where I could play the same 20 games I already have on Wii. And guess what? It's the same resolution. What?
So the Nintendo Wii U had some stuff going on, you know, the original Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64. I was really mostly there for the Nintendo 64 games, more specifically Super Mario 64 and The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Wii games actually got released on the eShop some, but not under the eShop title or the Virtual Console title. It got its own title.
When you're about ready to see what Wii games are now called on the Wii U eShop, I shit my pants too.
Yep. You heard me correctly. There is nothing new about Wii games that you can buy off the Wii U eShop. The Virtual Console titles get some sort of upgrade from just beyond the controller you're being used. Whether this is a visual upgrade or Pokemon Snap letting you save your photos to your Wii message board, but the Wii games have no graphical upgrades, no performance benefits, just the benefit of not putting in Super Mario Galaxy every time I wanted to play Super Mario Galaxy.
Hello? You're right, I did forget about something.
You know, I think Nintendo forgot about one. So the Nintendo GameCube had been seemingly left out of the Virtual Console library, which is very strange because Wii games can run totally fine on Wii U. It just basically runs Wii games natively. And all the Wii is just a GameCube with Bluetooth and widescreen. And even if you get GameCube games working on the Wii U, it runs totally fine.
Classic Nintendo.
And the Wii U had some others like TurboGrafx 16, MSX for Japan market, and then Game Boy Advance is now playable on the big screen as well as DS games now. And everything was good for the eShop, DLC, demos, updates. Nintendo finally had a good competitor to PlayStation Store and Xbox Store. Until they didn't.
We'll say hello to the thing that basically made Nintendo forget everything they've done in the past. This thing's just sitting on leftover downloads of 1-2 Switch that just need to be downloaded.
Where did we go wrong?
So to sum everything up, the Nintendo eShop had a lot of personality to it when it first came out, and then it kind of just lost everything with the Nintendo Switch and went a little bit downhill in my opinion. And of course, with the Nintendo eShop gone, it's just kind of upsetting. It's almost like Nintendo's like erasing history or something with it. It's like destroying like someone's childhood. Of course, there's really nothing we can do about it. Something feels weird.